Grand evening. So I might be talking funny because I bit my tongue 5 times in the same spot, and that shit is hurting. I don't know what happened. I wasn't like really eating my food fast, and I am. So excuse my verbiage right now. So I made this video because a lot of people are not understanding the difference between public and private. They can't understand how I'm on a walk, y'all. So if y'all hear the traffic in the background, I'm sorry about that. So people are not understanding that. How is it legal to do some things and not legal to do other things? Because if we're all under one law system, it shouldn't be like this. But the only way I can explain this to y'all is if y'all read the um the United States codes. It's the only way that's going to help you understand this. If you cannot read or you don't have the patience, this world is not for you at all. So I know some of you have gone to Chat GPT and asked Chat all of these things that y'all hearing on these social media outlets. But Chat is going to tell you excuse me, what is programmed to tell you. If you have the ability to understand what you're saying and trying to do, then you'll be able to tweak the AI. So when you asking, can you do this? Like I know for a fact that the AI was telling me, oh no, that's siren nonsense. And I asked her, why do you sound so biased? Why are you saying siren nonsense as an insult? And she said, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. I'm just saying that all of these claims that come into the court, none of them are real. The court doesn't recognize them. So I said, okay. So are you telling me that there's never been a case where a supposed siren person um, was successful in executing any of these actions? She said, there are no public records of this being done and being successful. So I gave her a code, a case law, case law, whatever you call that shit, um, about somebody actually doing it and it's on record. And because of his actions, the IRS could not refile their case once it was thrown out. Um, she said that's the only case in American history where that's documented as far as she can find out through her information. So I said, let's turn this around. Let's do this from the private side. So I said, let's switch to the private side. And then she said, okay. So I said, run me um a notice, a certain notice. I said, write that out for me. She said, okay. And then she wrote it out. And I said, so what is this that you wrote me? What do I do with this? She said, the way you use this is to file it in the private sector. I was like, is that right? But you just said that shit ain't real. It's nonsense. So I said to her, you're saying that there are no cases except for that one California case where any of this siren nonsense has been documented as successful. She said, yes. I said, okay. If these actions are done from a private American in the back of the courtroom off of record, would there be records of these actions being successful. She said private actions cannot be documented in the public. So I said, why do you say in a biased way that this information is nonsense when you know for a fact that it's not? And she said, I'm sorry, we were talking about the public, not the private. But I said, oh, we absolutely are talking about the fucking private. Every conversation I have is about the private. So this is why I named this you don't know which questions to ask. So I said all this to tell you, when you're trying to research this stuff using ChatGPT, you have to say private sector. On the private side, what can I do? On the private side, how does this work? So just change the way you guys are asking your questions so you'll have a better understanding of this. You're getting mad and you're getting nasty and rude because you don't understand what's happening. And it's okay. All infants have to learn how to walk. That's important. All children has to learn how to walk. You have to look at yourself as a minor in this situation, somebody that needs to be taught and trained. This shit is hard. It's not easy. I have been trying for a minute. I ain't gonna say how long, but for a minute to help my sister understand this stuff. And as smart as she is, it's not landing. Like, for instance, she's not understanding how the birth certificate is a bond that can make financially, that you can make money off of. So I was trying to explain the signature and the security. I was trying to explain to her, think about your mortgage, your house note for your house. You had to sign it. And because you signed that, they were able to, what, in the background? Trade with it. It's the same thing with your birth certificate. It's just that on your birth certificate, your parents signed for it. Okay? So if you are interested in removing yourself from this crooked system and receiving money that's owed to you, credits that's owed to you, take your time, be patient. It's not easy. It won't be done overnight. And I would really appreciate if you guys will stop emailing me, asking me, how soon will you get a check? Okay? Because eventually I'm going to be saying some real reckless shit to y'all and you're going to be all in your feelings. But somebody said, how long after I pay you for the consultation till the time I get my first check? That should be infuriating me. Like you disgust me. I can't even deal with y'all. You just want everything to be handed to you. That's why you have nothing at all in life. Nothing. Even with y'all good jobs and you working and shit, you don't have nothing. You still living paycheck to paycheck. You fake flossing. It's just madness. It's madness that y'all just keep accepting in your life. It's disgusting. So we're going to leave the townies where they at. And everybody that's looking to get in court, contact me. Serious. Me and my husband was writing out our class course, and man, we was in some document. I don't know. I was fucking on this document for like a whole day. And so we're sitting down going over this document and we was like, fuck, let's go get something to eat because this shit is exhausting. And then I was like, We have literally been doing this for the last few years. There is no quick fix to this shit. It's just not. You have to do the work. You do work, you get the result of your actions. So if you half-ass do the work, you're gonna get a half-ass results. If you want somebody else to do the work for you, you won't get any results. My the information that I give you is only going to help you if you work it. If you get a consultation with me or a class and your dumbass don't take notes, that is on you. If you don't have the common sense to take notes and you pay me all that money for you to consult with me, that's on you. That means you're not ready. Somebody asked me some trust questions, and me and my husband looked at each other and said, if you asking that, you got to go back to the beginning. You have got to go back to the beginning because you don't understand what you're doing. Trust me, I know, because the fuck I had to stop and start and stop and start again because I got lost so many times. In order for their system to work, it has to be confusing. It has to be a forked tongue. They have to make you think one thing while they're saying something else. So it's a journey, yo. It's a journey. And it could be a very successful journey if you fucking put the work in. So I just wanted to give y'all that information. I hope that was really helpful information as far as the chat GPT goes. Um, there's other ways that you can check your resources. Y'all can try going to y'all main library in the city you live in. So like for instance in Philadelphia, our main library is downtown City Hall. Um, they have special names on them libraries. I just forgot what it's called. But if you go to the libraries, they have copies of the Constitution and the Acts, the Bill of Rights and stuff, the Susquehanna Act. You can look all of those up. So you do have to have the time though. You can think of it like a single mom going to school and working. A single mom that's going to school and working is wearing a lot of hats. She's tired, exhausted, but she never gets up. And then at the end of the day, at the end of the semester, she gets her degree and she's still working. You have to be like that single mom, a motherfucking beast. I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna do this bullshit so I can keep my household where it's at. And then when I come home at night after I dealt with my kids and I cooked and I cleaned, I'm gonna get to studying. If I was y'all, I would dedicate 2 hours a day to studying this shit. 2 hours a day. Whether it be the first thing in the morning or late at night when the whole house is down. But y'all need to study. Um, a lot of these actions I'll be telling y'all to do, if you just change the way you think about what I'm saying to you, then you can really, really see results. You can really see results. I told y'all that I privatized myself and I left my husband open because we wanted to see how all of these things work. So on the public side, we can see that my husband gets harassed by this person or this company. They use his name in commerce without his permission. We're seeing it still happen. On my side, you don't see anything. I don't get any calls from anybody saying anything because they don't have permission or the authority to contact me at all. That's why I told y'all, um, turn your name into a trade name or a DBA or copyright it. I'm in trade market. I'm sorry. Get that shit done, because the minute somebody tries to profit off it, profiting off of your DBA, meaning your all caps name, is when, say for instance, you go to a corporation for a service and they send your contact information to another company. That's commerce. They just made money. They was just giving money, or they, you know what I'm saying, in the background. So, okay, let me make this easier. Debt. If you have a debt and it gets sold to a collector can't call me and say, we were calling you about a bill that we have here that you owe and we need you to pay it. They can never do that to me. However, they do be calling my husband. So I think now that we've tested all of this out, we can go ahead and set my husband up in the private side too, because we have definitely uh, did our R&D and tested our theory. So this is why I be trying to tell y'all, we have done the work. We've done the work. We have gone. Why is it so many motorcycles out here today? What going on? Fuck. There's so many people here in Colorado Springs now. The walking and the hiking don't seem like you're doing anything. It's too city. Like, you hearing too much noise in the background. Y'all hear all these fucking cars? Like, if I'm walking on a road with trees and grass so that I can be a part of nature, I don't want to hear this shit. But it's just completely overcrowded here now. I really need to consider relocating, which is sad because I love Colorado so much. I might go further into the mountains because I really don't like people. I don't want to be around all these machines and shit. So anyway, I hope I helped y'all with this. I know that was important. I wanted to tell y'all about how to properly search this stuff. If I think of something else, I'll come back on here. Just remember what I said.